According to the BLM, in the 19th century, more than 2 million wild horses roamed the West. Now there are less than 25,000. It is becoming an increasingly rare sight to see horses in the wild. My name is Christine Dongell. I have been fascinated with horses ever since I was a little girl. After learning about the drop in numbers of horses in the wild, I decided to set out and catch a glimpse of these beautiful animals, and learn all that I could about their current situation. I wanted to experience this rare opportunity, before they have all but vanished from our public lands. This is my boyfriend Rashid. He will be joining me on this journey. He doesn't like horses that much, but he likes me, so he's coming with. So Rashid and I set out to the Tonto National Forest. After speaking with several people about their eyewitness accounts, we narrowed our search down to the Lower Salt River area. Shortly after arriving, we spotted a herd of horses off the side of the road. With cameras ready, we pulled over and began our journey.
All right, let's get the camera stuff.
The current situation with the horses on federal lands in the western United States is that there are about 200 herd management areas. These horses are managed. The agency that's responsible for this is the Bureau of Land Management, which is in the Department of the Interior. The current problem that the agency faces is that the horses, which are protected under a law, that federal law that was written in 1971, the Wild Free Roaming Horse and Burros Act. The current situation is the horses simply are reproducing at too rapid a rate. Bureau of Land Management goes to each one of these herd management areas about every 5 years and removes about half of the horses. And this is due to the fact that every 5 years the population, roughly every 5 years, the population doubles. Once they take these horses off of the land and they're rounded up in what is referred to as gathers, is the BLM terminology for this. They use helicopters to drive the horses down from the mountains, and then they're rounded up and placed in holding pens. And from there, they're transported to short-term holding facilities. And then the next step is the horses are then taken and distributed across the United States to adoption facilities. And there are hundreds of these located all around the United States.
If you could just explain what it is you do here and the adoption process, and that would be awesome.
Okay, yeah. Basically, what we're doing is we brought 25 horses and 10 burros here to Yuma. We do this throughout the state of Arizona, as well as all across the lower 48 states. These are animals that we get too many within what we call a herd management area. We get too many animals in there because they basically have no predators. So we go in and we remove them from the range. We take them into a short-term holding facility. They get a 5-way vaccination. Then they're eligible for adoption. what the process will be is like today here on Fridays, we just set up, we get the horses in usually on Thursday afternoon, let them get settled in, let people come look at what we have to offer for adoption here. What we've done in Arizona is if you adopt a wild burro or a wild horse in the silent bid adoption process, then you can get a buddy horse for $25.
Nice. That's awesome. We can get a buddy
That's
horse.
it in a nutshell.
Can we put him in the back seat with us? On the
Like one of the little jack burros, I can put the
There you
burro
go.
back there. The little horses aren't. How big a car you got? Yeah, it'd have to be a burro.
There you go. How about that? Well, thank you very much. I
Hi, yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
that. Awesome. Thank you.
So that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be worse, didn't you?
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like a horrible auction, all that stuff.
I thought they were going to be punching and kicking the animals in the face and stuff. But they were treating them nice. This guy's going right.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way then.
He has his blinker on.
But yeah, that was a lot better than I was expecting.
It was a lot of fun.
Bye, horsies.
Bye.
But I think the wild horses is a difficult subject. I still think they should fit the spot. And if we as people make that spot smaller, we shouldn't blame anybody but ourselves. We are the ones that make them run out of room. I have a problem with taking horses out of the wild and putting them in a backyard. To me, I don't know, I love horses. My horses, they're born here. They don't know any better. Those horses out of the wild, they know what freedom is, and you put them in a box and people say, oh, I saved that horse. And I'm like, you didn't save that horse. That horse has to be miserable. You can have argument from all sides, but if you take the extreme off from both sides, that the people like, we got to keep every horse in America, and the other side is like, well, let's get rid of all of them. If you get back to common sense and take the middle road, it's like, okay, people are here. They're going to build houses and their habitat's going to get smaller. So you've got to do something, but a certain area can only hold a certain amount of horses. You know, it's not the horse's fault. They breed, they do stuff. We are put in a spot to manage them in a humane way. And that's what I think.
As our journey came to a close, we returned to the Lower Salt River one last time. To my delight, we got to see a recent addition to one of the herds, a new baby foal. It is my hope that these wild horses will be humanely managed and preserved for many generations to come, so that others can come and enjoy this truly inspiring experience.